African Queen channel subscribers, visitors, and all of you guys. How are you doing? It's yet another day. I'm sitting in the car having McDonald's. Yes. McDonald's fries. Oh, let me get them some free advertising, man. These guys saved me many a dinners when my son was young. Not that often, but my goodness, didn't we used to enjoy McDonald's? I really miss McDonald's so much when I'm in Kenya. For some reason, I don't know why Kenya doesn't bother with McDonald's. They only think about Kentucky Fried Chicken, but McDonald's for me is the real deal. Although, to be very honest, since they changed their fries, have you guys noticed that their fries have kind of changed taste? From the time that they changed their cooking oil, they used to cook with, I think they used to cook with beef lard or cow fat. I don't know what I won't pretend that I know what their recipe is. But I know it was animal fat, for sure. Now they're using plant-based oils, which I don't know if they're any better for us anyway, And since then, the taste has really changed a lot, quite a bit. So this is what I'm having. I'm having a quarter pounder. I'm very hungry. I'm actually sitting in front of the hub. I've come back again to the library. I'm running away from the kids. No, I'm not really. Well, yeah, to some extent. My quarter pounder with cheese, yeah. But usually I like it plain, completely plain with nothing in it. Just cheese. Do you remember, guys? Cheese. 2 slices of beef and cheese. That's all I ask for. I don't want anything else. I don't want onions. I don't want peppers. I don't want... What do they call them? I don't want anything else. I just want plain. And then I just put ketchup in it. That's it. And that's enough for me. So... I just want really the nyama, the meat. The meat is what I'm coming for, and the cheese, and that's it. And ketchup. So guys, it was not raining like this before. Just started raining and I decided I'm going to go down to the McDonald's, the nearest place to eat, and just go pick something up because I ain't cooking. I need to come to the library and do some work. I told you I'm starting a business. And I already have a business that I started long ago, which you probably know about. I've been talking about it for some time. You know that I work as a consultant. But that one was not here in this country. And it's been kind of quiet since the pandemic. Oh boy, that business really didn't go very well after the pandemic at all. Did any of you guys get affected by with your businesses during the pandemic? Many people don't like talking about it, but facing reality is one of the ways of survival. Yeah. We were affected so badly because what happened, so many people came to work at home, and then that caused competition for us, yeah? Look how much ketchup I'm putting on. It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, so, now they want to pay us peanuts, make us travel long distances, pay us peanuts, and then expect us to work like the job is ours. No, I refused. I totally refused to do those kinds of jobs, man. Let me be self-employed. I don't want to be employed by people who are going to pay me peanuts for hard work. Nice. The only problem I have with these people is that they never heat up their food enough. Me, I like my food piping hot. Piping hot. Yeah. For a drink, I'm having Tropicana orange juice, which I really like. Yeah, rather than having Coca-Cola and the rest of them, let me just have orange juice. But all of them are hard on the liver. What the heck? And I'm really thirsty. So guys, today is a very sad day, to be honest. It's the day that we are having the funeral of my wonderful grandmother's sister, stepsister, They're going to be burying her in the U.S. Oh, God, It's the way it is now. It's the way it is now, guys. The world is like this because most of her children are in the U.S. anyway. If they bury her in Kenya, it might be difficult for them to ever visit her resting place. So it makes sense anyway, to their family. Yeah. So what do you think about all of this rain? Huh? Let me show you what I'm looking at. I can't believe it. Really, seriously. That is what you call serious, serious rain. It is raining so much. You guys out there in Kenya who are saying that you're experiencing drought, I wish I could send you a bit of rain from Wales. Really, seriously, it's ridiculous. It's so amazing. I haven't seen rain like that for a long time. Really, for a long time. In Kenya, it used to rain like this. And do you remember when we were young? You'd hear thunderstorms. Almost like the whole house would shake. What happened to those thunderstorms? But those days we had much more tree cover. The reason why these people get a lot of rain is because they're an island. They're surrounded by water. That's number one. Number two, they really look after their plants. They have a lot of trees. While we're busy cutting trees in Africa to build roads, these guys are planting trees and securing their forests. We really should not be cutting trees because, you know, trees are the ones that trap the moisture, you know, and make the air manageable, not so dry. Yep, enjoy the rain. My windows are all foggy. So guys, you know, today is also a very crazy day in Kenya. Because today is also the day when the opposition announced mass action. The opposition announced mass action today, guys. How does that make you feel? Does that make you worry? Those of us who are living abroad, we can never forget our home countries. It sends jitters to our spine to imagine what's going on at home. But on the other hand, you can't blame the people for wanting better. You cannot blame Kenyans for wanting better for their lives. You cannot. This is not even about Kenyans, Africans generally. Those of you from Nigeria, you just had an election. How do you feel about that election? How do you feel about it? Was it fair? Did you get the candidate that you were expecting? Was it fair and free and fair? Or do you believe there was outside interference? Yeah? That's crazy. Enjoy our whales as I eat. I don't want to show you my mouth as I'm eating. So they say that they called for mass action for 3 reasons. 1, the economy, unsustainable cost of living because of the government removal of subsidies on food and petrol and diesel and cooking oil and paraffin and everything else. High taxation, right? They are instituting very high taxes in Kenya to the point where right now many businesses are failing. People are not able to sustain their businesses because they have to pay such high rates. There's so much capital flight in Kenya. Many businesses are shutting and transferring monies outside of the country now. To the point where we don't have enough foreign exchange to buy petrol. To the point where I hear that the government of Tanzania is somehow like giving us like some sort of collateral so that we can borrow money for petrol over the next couple of months. So things are very, very bad in Kenya. And that also affects, you know, the cost of electricity. run by diesel engines. Since there's no hydroelectric power to talk about because of the drought. Okay, guys, so I am done with that huge, humongous sandwich. Very done. And I'm happy. Because at least I'm full now. There's nothing worse than being hungry. So I feel bad when people say that they're hungry. People are writing to me and telling me that they're hungry. I know, I see their messages, but I help where I can, and where I can't help anymore. I switch cameras, guys. You can see how bad this camera is. Woo! Either it's the camera that's bad, or it's me who doesn't know how to set it up. It's a bit dark. It's not very easy to see me in this particular camera. But I think it's good enough, because the most important thing is that it's recording, right? So like I was telling you people, like I was telling you, my dear subscribers and visitors and viewers, today, Kenyan opposition called for mass action. And they said that the reasons are threefold. One, because of the untenable cost of living, like I mentioned. Number two, because of the high rate of taxation. The taxes have gone up to the point where everybody who's registering a business is being taxed really heavily, to the point where I think they're even going after your mobile money accounts and taxing that. It's really crazy. And the third one, which is very, very touchy, and I did a video on it, is the issue of GMOs. Basically, the importation of genetically modified organism, of genetically modified food grain, mainly maize meal, into the country. And it's really unfortunate, by the way, because the fact that we have the drought is going to force many people to actually purchase and eat food that they normally don't eat. And food which will not be recognized by the body, like I mentioned before, because GMOs, the reason why so many people are ill in the countries that we live in here in the West is because of the types of food that they eat. At least I must say that in Europe, for example, like here in the UK, genetically modified foods and grain is usually mostly allowed for animal feed. And still, a lot of our animals, if you see them out, they're actually pasture fed. For example, a lot of the sheep, you see sheep country here in Wales is sheep country, man. You can literally, there were some poems that we used to read when we were in primary school or nursery school, where they talk about counting sheep in your sleep. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Until one day I saw sheep crossing. I actually saw so many sheep crossing to the point where I almost fell asleep in the car here, going down in Wales here. So actually, yeah, you can fall asleep counting sheep in this country. So those sheep are mostly pasture fed. Cows here, most of them are pasture fed. If they do substitute their food with grain, I don't think it's too much. And I think most of their grain might or might not be. They're kind of, it might actually not be genetically modified. Yeah. A lot of the oil that we eat here is sunflower oil, not a lot of corn oil, and a lot of the sunflower oil, again, is also non-GMO. So I would say that in the UK, even the taste of food, the taste of eggs, I was talking to my cousin the other day and telling her that one of the things I noticed in the UK is that the food tastes a little bit better than in the States. So for example, she just moved from the UK. She was staying here with her mom. And then she headed off to the US. And she's like, I don't know, the food is just tasting tasteless. I remember in the US, I could not stand chicken. Imagine not standing chicken in the US. But here in the UK, what I find difficult to eat is beef. I don't know whether it's the way they breed their animals or whether it's what they eat, because I've never tasted such terrible, tasteless meat in my life. It's really bad. And maybe it's because I'm a little bit spoiled for choice, because I've eaten beef in many places. In Kenya, we have very, very good beef. Highland beef, sometimes actually beef that is grown by the Maasai people, and so they're free range. They eat all kinds of things. They eat all kinds of weeds, so their meat is naturally very tasty. It might be a bit firm, but if you cook it really well, their meat is so tasty, and including goats also. Another thing is that if you eat things like goat and beef in Kenya, you can actually get well when you drink their soup. Over here, you struggle to eat it. And but the chicken here I really enjoy the chicken a lot. It's yummy, fat and plump and scrumptious. But in Kenya, for example, the chicken there not too much. I don't really has this off, and I'm not so into the chicken over there, and they're too tiny. They look like so emaciated. Yeah. But over here, the beef is crap. But the beef in Kenya is fabulous. The beef in America, it depends on where you buy it. You can actually get pretty good beef because you know those Texan Rangers with their beef cattle. They also eat a lot of grain over there. But a lot of the beef also in the US, some of it is pasture fed. A lot of it is pasture fed. Yeah. So generally, those are the three reasons. Because of the high taxation, because of the high cost of living, the high taxation, and the introduction of GMOs. So now, Maandamano. Maandamano means max action. And all I can say to Kenyans is, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it takes us, because we are the same people who put ourselves into this big mess. There's nobody who can take us out except ourselves, from this mess. And, my position on the government of Kenya is that any government that doesn't put its people first, that puts foreigners first ahead of its own people, is not a government that I should support. So I will not support a government that puts other people first. Foreigners, foreign powers ahead of its own people. That's never going to happen. So on that note, I want to say goodbye because I need to rush in and work on my proposal. I'm actually working on a proposal as well. So I have so many little jobs that I'm doing. Yeah, I have my professional life and my non-professional life, which means that I have my academics that I do. And on the other side, I'm also starting a business that has got nothing to do with academics whatsoever. Yeah, because I want to be balanced. I believe in being balanced because I don't believe in this world that it's all about academic, one thing or the other. I think it's good to have a good balance. What do you think yourselves, guys, about that? Yeah, some of us have got so many little skills. If some of you know how to knit, to sew, to do carpentry, plumbing, masonry, fixing things, handyman, you've got so many little skills that you can use to make money. In fact, some of you are good at tidying up. I've seen some people in America, they've started cleaning companies because they're good at that. And you can make money from that. If you're the kind of person who likes a clean environment, you can make money from that. And not just money, but you can enjoy doing that kind of work because it kind of balances you out rather than sitting in front of your computer all day. And on the other hand, if you're good at comps and enjoy it, well, why not? Just sit over there and do some stuff on the computer. And that's where I'm going now. I enjoy that too because it takes me out to the field. It takes me out to do development research, and I really enjoy that. So I'm writing proposals all the time looking for money. Like I was telling you, the pandemic put me in a very bad position. So I'm still recovering. And eventually I'll recover. I believe I will. Yeah, in time. And I'm hoping that all of you guys who have had a hard time with the pandemic, maybe with your jobs, having lost your jobs maybe or lost your businesses, I pray that you'll recover. Don't lose hope and don't lose focus. Yeah, let's not lose focus. Let's give ourselves morale, sacrifice some things. Yeah, there'll be tension even in the household. Yeah, there can be tension even in my household. My husband might say, I want to spend more time with you. Yeah, well, you spend more time with me, but first let me look for the money. Where? Me, I'm a Mwiko, I have to look for Besha. Yeah, I have to look for Besha. And not just Besha. I just have to make sure that, financially we are, what do we say? That we come up and that we become a little bit more stable financially. Because, and I'm just talking honestly, because this pandemic really put us in a big difficult position. Plus, at the same time, my move from Kenya has been very expensive. And of course, there are many, responsibilities that I have all over, here, there, everywhere. So for those of you guys who feel like there's nothing for you in the future, maybe you're looking at me and think, oh, she's so lucky, look at her life. Don't judge a book by the cover. Let me tell you, I also have my own struggles, guys, Everybody has their struggles. Don't let anybody cheat you that they don't have struggles. They do have struggles. Sometimes they're interpersonal, sometimes they're business, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's moral, emotional, health, many things. All of us in this world, there's nobody who is not struggling. Don't be cheated. No matter what you see, don't be alarmed about your own life. Yeah, just appreciate what you have. Appreciate the fact that you've seen today, even if it's been raining. And right now, by the way, guys, it stopped raining already. So happy for me. Let me show you how it looks outside there. So it's still grey, but it's not raining anymore, guys. No more rain. At least it has stopped. So on that note, I want to wish you a very lovely day. Wish you a lovely day. Wish me a nice cloudy day. And let's meet up tomorrow or the next day or whenever we do meet up. Okay, guys? Love you very much. I don't know when you're going to see this video because I have so many to edit and put up. I still want to put up the Ghanaian thing that I attended. I want to put up the Bristol trip I did, and then there's this one. I don't know which one comes first, but anyway, I'll try to organize it. Okay, much love to you guys. Take care of yourselves and be positive. Work hard. Look for opportunities, because in the end, we only have one life to live. Let's live it well and let's live happy. Bye-bye. Toodles. Thank you. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Bye-bye. Toodles.